shame on members of Congress who use a tragedy in Orlando to play politics. And that's on both sides of the aisle, and shame on presidential candidates that do the same thing. So a members' briefing that immediately turns into questions of partisanship is unfortunate for the American people. So listen, a tribute to law enforcement. They were doing the best they could in this case. This was someone who was intent on being a terrorist, and unfortunately he achieved it. And when both sides of the aisle fall back into their partisan trenches, we get nothing done. It is as heartbreaking as what we've seen this past week to see people yelling shame on the House floor, to see presidential candidates claiming credit or casting blame, to seeing Harry Reid blame Marco Rubio. This is what politicians do, and it's disgusting. This is an American moment where we should not be Republicans or Democrats. We should solve this issue.
One of the issues that was raised repeatedly during the briefing is the issue of whether someone who has been watch listed but has then been moved off the watch list should nonetheless be subject of a flag when they seek to purchase a weapon like an assault weapon, such that the FBI could consider whether that warranted a reopening of the investigation.
Is there anything
The reason why we suffered the worst mass shooting in history is because it was possible for one person to kill so many people so quickly. He couldn't have done it with a box cutter. He couldn't have done it with a rock. He had to have an automatic weapon to do it. That's what made this tragedy possible.
Well, we outlasted the members.
I think we had an informative session, many questions about the pending investigation, which the FBI director answered. It's important to remember that it's still early. This is basically 2.5 days after the attack in Orlando. I suspect we'll be back up here. I know we have a meeting tomorrow with the Senate, and there will be opportunities to testify publicly.
What do we know of
the need to stay vigilant, but this was someone who was on the radar several times.
Thank you.